Hello there. So here we are again with Greenfoot, and today we would like to introduce the concepts of variables, particularly the instance variable and assignments. Alright, so we'll start. We want to use these concepts to be able to change the image of an actor whenever he or she is moving. So usually when we program, it's just whenever an actor is moving, it's the same picture. It's standing. Perhaps it would be better and more realistic if we'd actually use a different picture that shows the actor actually moving. So here's an example. This is our game for class, and I would just like to show what I mean. Okay, so here's our actor that will show us how the image would change. So here I'm just letting her turn. It's the same image. These are using the left and right arrow keys. But look, when I press the up arrow key or the forward arrow key, she's going to move, and the image changes, and it's as if she's really running. So you want to be able to do that using variables and assignments. So let's try to do that with another file. Alright, let's use this one. Okay, so let's go to the player. Okay, so what is a variable? Basically, it allows us to store information. It basically remembers some information, and with this particular scenario, we would like the variable to remember the image. All right, so we'll discuss or use the instance variable. There are other types, but we use that, and it is marked by how it uses the word private. So let's type that in. Private. Now, what follows that is the variable type, and as I said, we need the image. So let's use Greenfoot image, and after the type, the variable name. So let's call it image1, because basically when we want the actor to seem like it's moving, we have to use two different images, and that's basically the trick. So and of course, if we have image1, we'd have image2. So same process, but image2. Don't forget the semicolons. So these basically mean like we want to store information, and this is when the assignment would come in. Basically, we want to equate the name of the variable that we want to store something into, and what we want to actually store. So we put that under the act method. So we'll put the name of the variable that we want to store in, and of course we'd see it here. We used image1, so let's call it image1, and we need an equal sign because it will be equal to this particular image. So we want to add a new image, so let's put new Greenfoot image, same as this, and whatever image we would like. So let's go to our file here, and let's check what images we have. So here, let's go to images, and say I want to use this as image1. So I'll put that in quotation marks, of course, as we learned in previous classes. So ICT4 small, don't forget the type of file, .png. And of course, if we have image1, we'd have image2. Same process, new Greenfoot image, but I'd like to use another file. Let's say ICT moving final. Let's try that out. ICT moving final.png, and don't forget the semicolon. So there, we've basically declared that image1 has this particular image file to go along with it. So let's try with movements and setting the image, basically. So let's go to the Greenfoot documentation right here and see what we have. Okay, so we basically want to use this particular method called isKeyDown, which basically means that when a particular key is pressed down, well, basically the one that you specify, that's the condition a particular statement would happen or occur. So let's try that out. Okay, so let's try. And since this is an if statement, we'd have to use if Greenfoot remember, you want to inherit it from Greenfoot, and we're changing the code of the actor, so we'd have to put that we're inheriting it from Greenfoot, and we can do that by putting Greenfoot dot and then the name of the method. Let's always follow the rules when writing methods. So this is lowercase, and then the consecutive words afterwards would all the first letters of those words would have to be in uppercase. Is key down, let's say the left arrow key, then something would happen. Okay, let's say I wanted to turn -4 degrees. -4 because I want it to the negative direction. Oh, sorry, semicolon right here. I mean, quotation marks. Okay, -4 because it's to the negative direction. Alright, so I want to set image 1 to be the image whenever that's happening, or whenever I'm pressing the left arrow key. So set image. So that's under the documentation as well, which we can check here, but it's under the actor. You can set an image. So set an image for this actor from an image file. So let's go to that again. Set image, and I want to set image 1. Alright, so let's try to compile that. So, and there are no errors because we've already declared that image 1 is equal to that. So let's try the right arrow key. So same process, but this time it would have to be right. Alright, so, and we'd want it to move in the positive direction, so that's a positive value for turn. And I want to set the same image because it's not moving, so it's just quite stagnant, just turning around. Now this one is the different part. We want it to move, so we can use the up arrow key for that, just so that it'd be easier. If Greenfoot dot is key down, but then we'd use up. We want it to move as opposed to just turning. Move, let's say, like a 4, still the same. But then we'd like to set image 2 now. So image 2, and let's compile that. No errors. Okay, so let's try to bring in the player in the world, and we'd run it. Okay, so I'll press the right arrow key. Good, it's turning. And then the left arrow key. Okay, good, it's turning. Now let's try the up arrow key. There, so you see that the image actually changes so that it looks more, well, realistic, and you know, basically it seems more interesting in general, and more relatable, and as I said, realistic. So I hope that helps, and that you'd be able to use that in the games that you would be creating in the future. So thank you, and hope to see you next time.